I am done. After literally 2 decades of using Sennheiser headphones, I'm moving on, and I found I found 2 pairs of headphones that I like a lot better, and they're from a company you've never heard of. I've been using Sennheiser headphones for at least 20 years, so I am very surprised about my recent switch, and I want to explain what's going on. Now, I'm not even sure how I started using Sennheiser headphones in the first place. Probably it was a recommendation from a friend, but when you find something that works, you just stick with it, right? So my most recent pair of Sennheisers are the HD280 Pros, and they've served me really well, but no more. I've made the switch. Rock Audio sent me a pile of gear a while back that they were hoping to get reviewed, and in the box were 2 sets of headphones, which I wasn't expecting. And I was also scratching my head as to how I could possibly review headphones. It's not like I could let you hear how they sound. So at first, I had no plans to review them at all. For a while, they just sat on my desk. And by the way, these are the BEQ5 and the BEQ6 models. And every once in a while, I would swap them out with my Sennheisers for a few hours while I was editing. And that lasted about a week. And then it was cleaning day and the housekeeper was coming. So I grabbed all 3 headphones, the Rock Audio ones and the Sennheiser ones, and put them in my mic closet. When I went to grab some headphones the next day, I reached for the BEQ6s, not the Sennheisers. And that's when it hit me. I actually like the Rock Audio headphones better. That was a real shock to me because I had been perfectly happy with my Sennheisers, but the difference is that these new headphones are actually enjoyable to use, and this goes for both pairs. Now, they do have a more scooped sound than the Sennheisers, and by that I mean the low end and the high end are both a little boosted compared to the Sennheiser's more flattish sound. But they're not fatiguing in the least. As you probably know, sometimes an overly hyped monitoring system, whether it's speakers or headphones, can really wear you out quickly. But that's just not the case here. I've used both of these pairs for hours at a time when editing, and they are just a joy to use. Also, I feel like I can hear more detail with these than I can with my old pair. So both models have a 50mm driver, which is the little speaker inside the ear cup. However, there is a noticeable difference in sound between the 2 pairs, even though they use what I assume are the same drivers. The BEQ5 has what's called a closed back design. That means your ears are completely encased, which helps keep out noise from the outside world. This will also keep you from annoying people next to you. Not that you should be listening that loudly, of course. And if you're in a recording studio, you're probably going to want that kind of isolation. The downside to a closed back design, though, is that they tend to boost the bass a little bit. That's probably what's accounting for most of the sound differences between these 2 pairs. The BEQ6 is a more expensive model, and it has a semi-open back. That means some of the air can pass through to the outside, and this tends to make a cleaner, more natural low end. They don't isolate you from the outside world, though, so these wouldn't be great in a studio environment. But they're great in a mixing environment or an editing environment or even just for listening. Both of the Rock Audio headphone models have straight cords rather than coiled cords. Now, cords are just annoying, but they're also necessary. And straight cords just annoy me differently than coiled cords do. Coiled cord is stretchy and it's going to want to snap back because it's always pulling on you, whereas a straight cord tends to just flop on the ground and get caught in things like under my chair wheels. But now that I've had a chance to compare the 2 styles, I definitely prefer a straight cord. And if you're using these in a studio setting, straight cords are the way to go. So you're probably wondering why I don't just use wireless headphones. I mean, wireless headphones are great for just listening to music or watching videos. However, if you're trying to do anything that involves timing, like editing videos, you don't want to go with wireless. There's often a delay with wireless that could throw off your editing. Now, early on, I tried to edit with AirPods and it completely messed up my timing. So corded is the way to go for serious work. Both pairs of headphones seem pretty rugged, and I think they're going to hold up well to abuse, but I haven't had them long enough to tell for sure. I do, however, have some minor complaints about comfort that you need to know about. The BEQ5's ear pads are just a little bit too small for me, and they don't completely surround my ears. Now, you would think that would be uncomfortable, but it's actually not. I've used these for hours with no complaints. The BEQ6, on the other hand, fits my giant head just right. I do feel the plastic on the inside of the ear cup touching my ear sometimes, but again, this isn't uncomfortable, it's just something I've noticed. I've used these for hours as well, and I really like them. The bottom line is that both sets of headphones sound good, and I actually look forward to wearing them. And this is a big deal for me because I had no inclination whatsoever to switch headphones. Now, Rock Audio makes some other interesting stuff, not just headphones, like this microphone, for example. It's called the Loki, and I reviewed it recently. And if you're shopping for an understated and high-quality gamer or streaming USB mic, you really should check it out. And all you have to do is click right here.